Matthew Patrick has been doing theories for 8 years. 8 freaking years. And in that time, he has made a lot of theories. Sometimes he gets them right, but sometimes he gets them wrong. He is only human after all. I'm going to cover from Five Nights at Freddy's 1 to 6, as the Stillwell era is still an ongoing story. This will be a multi-part series, and also I have to declare I am not a FNAF lore expert at all. So this will be more of a retrospective kind of thing, which to be honest I should have called it in the first place instead of whatever the hell I call it in the end. So if I get things wrong, sorry. If you want more parts in the future, please let me know by leaving a like, comment if you're nice enough to do so. So let's get into this rabbit hole. Ah yes, the classic game theory intro, one of the best intros of all time. It's such a shame with attention spans lowering, YouTube intros are just no longer practical. Heck, even I had an intro, but it was no longer necessary after a while. I love 2 minutes in, MatPat already doesn't take this game seriously.
It's a camera.
Even he felt the jump scare mechanic was not an effective way to scare people.
What? That's it?
To think FNAF was chosen over Slender, I personally think FNAF would have been covered eventually if Slender was picked in the end. It probably would have been covered in like November of 2014. MatPat quickly explains the premise of the game with the little information we got from the phone guy, the bite of 87, some odd rare events that happen in the game, and then he explains each of the news clippings that appear in the game and Golden Freddy. So then he talks about the infamous Chuck E. Cheese 1993 massacre. Yes, this is a real tragedy that actually happened. Now, do I think this event inspired FNAF? It's possible, yeah. The problems start happening next. After establishing what year it takes place by comparing minimum wages at different years, he then compares every animatronic to each of the victims of the killing. Oh, look. At the time, this might have been acceptable, but by today's standards and what we know about the story, this is just wrong. WRONG! And disrespectful. Comparing the deaths to how fictional animatronics act is, wrong. Then MatPat says the Night Guard is the killer and it's his personal hell.
The threat of death, the guilt, because it never ends. And in a delightfully ironic twist, your personal hell forces you—
Wait, hang on a second. That is exactly the plot of Ultimate Custom Night. MatPat, you've done it. You've predicted FNAF. So yeah, this game theory is clearly the one that has aged the worst, and it's easily the most controversial out of all of them. And I can see why. I don't think MatPat should delete the video, but put like a disclaimer in the comment section, disclaiming that it is covering sensitive topics, but I don't know. I give this theory 10 out of 10 for aging like milk. Here is video number 2. Damn. Only one video for FNAF 2? That just feels wrong. This video is mainly about the whole was FNAF 2 a prequel or a sequel. At the time, the common consensus was that FNAF 2 was a sequel, but there are many reasons why it wasn't a sequel. 1. Because there was a f***ing date on the paycheck, and 2. The whole comparing minimum wage thing to find a date, and the ending said that this toy animatronics will get scrapped and the old ones will be refurbished to the ones we see in FNAF 1. Remember how simple the timeline is? Oh boy, those were simpler days, He then talks about the death minigames and how they are connected to the puppet and how it was created, and the missing children's incident. So far this video has not been too bad, it's mostly facts that were already known about the game.
Someone with a long history with these characters. Someone no one would suspect. The head guard. The one forced to fill empty positions and teach new recruits by leaving them instructions over the phone. Is the purple man the phone guy?
Oh, never mind. Now, in more recent times, this theory might have some legitimacy, because in the FNAF movie trailer, the killer is on the phone. So maybe this one might be relevant again, I'm not sure, but the phone guy is a different person. Then MatPat analyzes all the calls and explains his case why the killer is the phone guy. So overall, this video hasn't aged poorly, but it can serve a purpose to someone who has never played FNAF 2 before. I'd give it a 4 out of 10 for how badly it has aged. next video is a three-parter, explaining the lore up to FNAF 3. Then, the final part is about the identity of the purple guy.
Seriously? Seriously, Scott? Oh look, here's a wall. Let me just dial in my phone number. Beep boop boop beep boop boop.
Oh, MatPat, there is much worse to come, I assure you. Holy, look at this timeline. I know I'm going over it again, but it's just so simple. It just feels wrong. It just does. Then he explains the meaning of the Five Nights at Freddy's 3 minigames, and explains more lore about who did the Buy of 87, who was Mangle, which still makes sense today.
Beautiful time long ago, last August, when the games weren't so complicated.
How do we tell him? MatPat has seen nothing yet. Nothing yet. Then he explains where the safe room is located in FNAF 1.
The phone guy.
He is not the phone guy, MatPat. He isn't. Most of the evidence he presented is stuff straight out of the games, like him only knowing about the safe rooms and some other piece of evidence, probably in the video I was too bored to remember, despite MatPat's best efforts to say he was in the safe room in FNAF 1 Night 4 Call, it's still wrong.
What? Oh, no! 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 No!
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, what happened? What's wrong?
Look!
FNAF 4. That's the game that will change the lore forever.
But hey, that's just a theory. A
Cypher Chronicle 23.
theory. Thanks for watching.